the change and shift in the Indian position at the United Nations bodies by abstaining from resolutions critical of Israel has further strengthened the bilateral relations between India and Israel. And this is for the first time in the last 25 years that the relations, the harmony between two nations has actually catapulted to those very levels. We are joined by the head of Economic and Trade Wing, Mr. Barak Granot, who is here in Chandigarh to attend TICON 2017. Happy to have you here, Barak.
Good evening.
Well, we just want to know, 2017, it seems to be an year of massive collaborations between the two nations, and especially in the defense sector and to counter terrorism. And which are the sectors you think that both nations can really collaborate and further strengthen the relations?
First of all, Israel and India have already been making a lot of collaboration in the agricultural sector, horticulture, everything got to do with the water recycling, water management. We have desalination plant being built by Israeli companies in the south of India, and we have just recently heard about a new water project that's going to be implemented in Delhi itself to clean the sewage canals that are going all the way to the Yamuna River. So all in all, I believe that alongside collaboration in the defense sector, collaboration in the smart city, water management and agriculture is expected in 2017 indeed.
This part of the country, especially Punjab and Haryana, and both being the agrarian states, they actually look forward to have collaborations in the food processing sector, as there is a huge sentiment that's gathering steam that farmers in both these agrarian states, they're not paid that well, and rather the input cost over the time has multiplied substantially, that is up to 50%. So how can actually Israel help these very farmers in India?
Israel has an advanced agricultural technologies, advanced water utilities that brings urban waters back to reuse in the agricultural sector, in the fields. But those solutions are not necessarily perfect for the Indian needs. So at the end of the day, we need to explore one by one, take case by case and see what sorts of solutions, technologies, innovative ideas, collaborations in Israel are suitable for the needs of India. There are no copy-paste solutions.
Here, the problem is that the water level, it has gone down by 200 meters, which is a huge challenge. And though the state is having 5 rivers, and with the sentiment on riparian rights going to the Supreme Court, the water crisis, they actually seems to be a big problem before the farmers. So how can Israel help with this?
The weather conditions and the challenges that some parts of India is facing is pretty similar to the challenges that Israel has suffered for many, many years. We have become world experts in water recycling, with water harvesting, water management methods, managing water reservoirs, and making sure that the quality of the water remain as good as it was when it came down from the sky. So that's one aspect that we can maybe contribute and share our expertise, technologies, know-how with our Indian counterparts. In the agricultural sector, Israel has already built and operated 16 Center of Excellence, aiming for over 26 Centers of Excellence in the upcoming years. And those Center of Excellence, Indo-Israel Center of Excellence, sponsored by the Indian central and state governments all over India, are a great learning place, melting pot that enable experts from all sides to go there and to see what is working, what is not working, what can be implemented in the Indian market, and what can be remain in Israel.
The BJP-led government at Central is very aggressive on the national security issues, and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he has himself praised and compared the Indian army to that of Israeli army. Where do you see this collaboration heading in regard to the business?
Israel and India are sharing the same, or not the same, but similar challenges in the defense and homeland security aspect as well. My team and I at the Economic and Trade Mission at the Embassy of Israel are not dealing with defense issues and matter, but we are encouraging collaboration and growing partnership with everything that got to do with homeland security and cyber security solutions. Just a few months ago in November, we had, I guess it was 24 delegations coming from India to HLS and Cyber mega conference in Israel in order to exchange views, know-how, knowledge about these sectors. We heard from GMR that they are planning to implement Israeli homeland security systems in order to better protect the passengers. We're looking forward to see additional collaboration just like this with the various partners in the Indian market.
You just attended a networking function here to evening. So what kind of request from entrepreneurs, or what are they seeking for from Israel?
When we're talking about Israel, which is in population terms a third of Delhi, and size terms it's about the size of Mizoram, of course our manufacturing capability and our capacity to handle and promote a variety of sectors is limited. We are doing our utmost to encourage Indian companies and decision makers to visit Israel, to learn from our experience, maybe even to buy Israeli technology and bring it into India and sell it to the whole wide world. Naturally, Israel is facing difficulties to sell to certain countries that are hostiles or less friendly, or don't really like to see made in Israel on the product itself, and I think that sort of partnership where an Israeli technology is being bought and implemented and by an Indian company, and the manufacturing is being done here in India with the manufacturing capability of the Indian industry, I think it's a win-win for all sides.
With the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, banning Islamic nations, the entry of these very Muslim residents from these very 7 countries to United States of America, do you think this hampering bilateral relations of Israeli? Do you think this will hamper growth of Israeli economy in the future?
I wouldn't like to comment on the internal affairs of a friendly country like the US, where the relationship between the Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Trump appear to be blooming and highly positive, and we're looking forward for a growing relationship and partnership, even stronger partnership with the US, like we had in the past, and hopefully we'll have even better in the future.
Perfect. Thank you so much for speaking to Economic Times. Thanks to have you here.
Thank you very much.